And now we move on to the next best of 5. The challenger for Moon should be chosen in this one. Who will prevail? Is it Korea versus China in the semis and the grand final? This man can go all the way. His best WGL performance ever, making it to the semifinal for the very, very first time. Can he make it all the way and make this grand final the best Night Elf mirror on the planet? Or will he crumble as he did before against this guy, a former WGL champion, where he defeated Happy in the stadium in Shanghai? This is no other than the best orc of all time. His challenger is Lin.
Both players here moving into the semifinal with a really good track record. Colorful dropping only a single map so far, which is insane. He has been looking so absolutely deadly. And honestly, the one game that he lost to Focus could have very well been a win had things been just a bit different, for example, with items. For Lin, especially in the group stage, not as absolutely dominant as perhaps we've seen before. A 1-1 against Shimiko and a 1-1 against Hawk. Seems like against the humans, he can certainly be vulnerable, but then against Foggy in the quarterfinals, once again looking really good. On map 1 on Tidehunters, Foggy looked quite threatening. On the remaining ones, Lin was always in control. Even playing CORSAIR Headhunters once in this matchup, which isn't even supposed to work.
Exactly. Colorful has to be ready for this. Our map pool for this semifinal sees Amazonia, Concealed Hill, Last Refuge, Northern Isles, and Tidehunters, Autumn Leaves, and Echo Isles removed.
Yeah. Dude. Lin leaves AZ in the pool.
Yeah.
And removes Autumn Leaves.
What a statement. Autumn Leaves, that's where he played the Farseer.
That's the first time in like 3 years that any orc doesn't veto Amazonia. Of course, Colorful picks it as his loser's choice. That is the most obvious thing ever. But that's going to be a thing for later. We're going to start on the neutral map first. In this best of 5, the big decision of who's going to make it to the final between Colorful and Lin.
Would be the third grand final for Lin. He won against Happy, as we said. He lost to 1-2-0 in the third edition of this beautiful tournament. It would be his third Tier 1 title win in the Reforged era after winning next spring. And of course, the big DreamHack regional finals earlier this year. Colorful is clearly on the rise, though. DreamHack Summer made it to the grand final. Huya Invitational made it to the grand final. Also in next spring, the most recent Tier 1 tournament. In direct encounters of all time, it's clearly in favor of Lin with a 28-7. On this patch, it's a little more narrow with 5-3, and both very positive stats in this matchup on this patch, and both going into the semifinal with a 3-0 win streak. The last encounter was the Smile Cup 2 semifinal, where Lin destroyed Colorful with the 3-0. The match before that was the 0-2 for Colorful, so they are trading wins, and it comes down to who's the better player today. Is it Moon versus Lin, or is it Moon versus Colorful? That's best of 5 will tell us.
We start off on Northern Isles, which we have seen plenty of times before, be the neutral map here between the two races. And it's a standard opening so far. Colorful going with a small, safe camp at the beginning. Lin starting off with a blade, of course. Going with a bit of an old school opening. Going for the green camp and the claws first. Not going for the consumables in the middle at the beginning for those sentry wards and Wands of Illusion.
Okay, Northern Isles, the neutral ground. Who's gonna claim the lead? And possibly a big confidence boost in this matchup. We have seen Night Elf versus Orc a lot in this tournament, and most of the time the Night Elf prevailed if the opponent is not Lin. Lin, the only Orc on this patch who was able to defeat Moon. So this is a little scary for Colorful, I'd say.
Neon Scout here, not Assassinate at the beginning. This is something we've seen from a lot of other Night Elves, right? Going for the Entangle first, trying to eliminate it right away. Here instead it's going to be Treant at the beginning to creep a little bit easier. Moon, by the way, Lin, by the way, starting off with great items. Slippers and Circle. If he now gets either Sentry Wards or Wand of Illusion, this will be perfect drops for him. He wants to have something to scout with from these items, because the Grunts are going to have a tough time to do it. Doesn't get that one though, only the Wand of Lightning Shield, which is not the best one.
Can help with creeping, can help a little bit in the fight. Save some mana on the upcoming Shaman. Colorful with an early expansion. I guess Lin sold this, alright, for a second circlet. Very much understandably so. And about to steal something here. Dust. It was only dust, no staff.
Staff is going to be ready still in the shop, yeah. And now Lin playing in the dark. As is the case often against the Keeper, it's hard to scout early. Of course, the Blade can scout, but almost nothing else can. The Peon, perhaps, but the Grunts cannot really be risked. Shouldn't really be risked. Lin sees the expansion timing, but he can't cancel this. He has good items, but not enough damage here to get that cancel.
Okay, so far, very tame opening, I would say. Not too much aggression, just a lot of scouting information, a lot of roaming. Grunts position forward, but not too aggressively. You really don't want to donate them away. That's the big flaw of orcs in this tournament so far. And the Blade Master finds this so important Tree of Life. Is the damage enough?
Couldn't really be with the Keeper here with Entangle and the Huntresses. Tree should be safe, but he's forcing the Keeper to stay back so the Grunts are safe across the map. Another thing that might be worth considering is if the Keeper creeps the natural, Lin could go for a big camp like the Merchant in the middle. That would be quite the risk though, because that's very close by. There might be a Wisp Scout, but if there's not... Oh, Lin is really gonna do it. He's gonna creep the Merchant. Oh my god, but Kaufler has the read.
Whoa.
He's gonna come in for you for the Creep Jack. He's gonna kill one Grunt here at least. Speed Scroll popped. Last hit, an item go to Lin. Oh, Boots of Quel'Thalas. That is a great find. Entangled on the Blade.
He wants this
The
kill.
Grunts all get away. Oh, but the Blade might be dead.
There's
Yeah,
an
he might
entangle.
be dead. He is dead, isn't he?
See, yeah, there we go. No way out of that. And first blood goes to Colorful. I was a little worried about him because when he was in high pressure situations in these big tournaments, it was oftentimes the team tournaments, and he was able to rely on his team for LP Club, when Fortitude was oftentimes the carry, or Team China, when he was of course joined by Infi, TH, Fly, 120. This is only the second time that he's making it so far as a solo player, but he shows no sign of fear or respect or nervousness at all. What a jump start into this best of 5.
The Wisp Scout here as well in the south sees the Shadowhunter creeping. Of course, you expect this camp to be taken. That is the norm. And now Keeper looking for more kills. Tier 2 finishing for the Night of Alchemist is going to come in a moment as well. Blade Master only halfway back. One of Mana Stealing used. Oh, it's going to prevent perhaps a second Entangle. And level 2 for the Shadow with Heal Wave. Might be able to save this Grunt.
Would be important.
Mana Steal?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
This
Dude,
is
that wand comes in clutch.
You know how long I say that one of Mana Stealing is a very situational item. You can sometimes prevent spells with that and get your own. That was the perfect moment for a Wind of Mana Steal.
And honestly, this is not the worst game for Lin here. He's got the level 2 Shadow now. Keeper's out of mana. Blade Master is back with this crazy inventory.
I really like that Ring of Protection again on the Night Elf side to keep the Alchemist safe. Acid Bomb, probably my spell of this tournament. Boom, there we go.
Gonna be one Shaman going down. No. Oh, there was a speed throw actually on the Shadow, but holds on to it. He's got the heal wave already because of that level 2. Blade Master. How amazing is this patience by Lin and this cool head that Lin retains here. Not panicking, not fighting with the Blade Master. He knows his Shadowhunter is going to be safe. He's going to be fine enough by himself with the Shaman and everything. And the Blade delays the entangling of the expansion by so long.
Okay, Lin at 40. Mining denied, as you said. So the big mass Night Elf army is delayed by a bit. But it's not really the 70... supply Night of Mass anymore that's so scary for the orcs. The new thing, the style of this tournament is tier 3 with mass archers, and also that is denied with that. If you have less gold, and of course tech delayed by 1 or 2 minutes.
Counter expansion here for Lin is not going to be the very fastest, so this could again be an easy transition into tier 3 here for Colorful if he wants, who has quite a few resources already. Item for the Shadow Hunter was Ring of Regen, which is not bad. A bit of passive regeneration, always going to be valuable. Illusions, not going to fool Lin here. In fact, he used 3 purges to get rid of them very quickly. And Lin has so far not lost anything, which is ridiculous, but should change here in a moment. However, Heal Wave, Purge, Speed Scroll, Shadow Hunter survives this, but there's one more Entangle on the Keeper, and this Shadow might be going down.
Ooh, gotta be careful for sure. Colorful lost a lot. Feels like he needs a big move to secure a safe position into the mid game. But it feels like nothing is really dying anymore. Shadow Hunter down to 50%. Keeper and Hunter coming back in. Keeper gotta be careful to not be surrounded there. Entangle purges his way out. Keeper in jeopardy. Shadow Hunter in jeopardy. Blade Master comes in and forces the TP. No sign of a counterattack by Colorful on this Shadow Hunter. And Lin salvages this perfectly.
What a sick hold by Lin. He lost nothing. Nothing! Not a single unit! I guess you could say items and mana, yeah, but all the units remain alive. He steals the camp away from the Night Elf with double level 2 heroes. Normally, Colorful is supposed to have full map control at this point in the game, but Lin just playing an insane match here so far. Could go to the middle. Heal Scroll for him would be crucial, because everything is quite hurt here, to be fair.
Colorful comes in with a Wisp, able to detonate, but not on the Shaman, mostly on the heroes. Keeper has mana again. How many kills will this result in? He has no speed scroll anymore. 0 again.
Power standing, Shop is coming. Shop here would be huge. Lin with a great play so far, but one tiny mistake. He forgot about making the next burrow, so he's stuck at 40 out of 40. Being quite rich, unable to spend his gold for now.
AoE damage is good, but only leads to injuries, not to kills. Do you remember yesterday in the winner interview when Lin said, really not in great shape, I don't have much hope? Dude, liar, pants on fire or what?
Yeah, looking really, really strong here. But again, this is going to be decided in the late game. Tier 3 is coming up, and this Night of Army, once it gets to 70 supplied Tier 3 upgrades, going to be really, really strong. But Lin, it seems like the counter expansion, yes, it was a little delayed, but it's not getting cancelled. And Colorful's underleveled. Maybe not on the Keeper, but certainly on the Alchemist.
Yeah,
not
no
even level
spray.
2 yet.
No heal spray is an issue. He makes up for that with double healed scroll, but that's of course a lot of gold that is not going into army, not going into upgrades. Steals it away from Lin as well, so there's a double upside for that, his own healing and the lack of healing for Lin, who only has a level 1 heal wave. So these fights will probably last a little longer, and the sustain I still see on Colorful's side with the heal scrolls.
And still didn't make a burrow. Okay, it's just finally finished. And the Great Hall is going to pop in a moment so they can go up to 62 supply. But Colorful here during nighttime. He has the vision advantage. He's looking for the run by. I think it's too late for a cancel of the expansion, but some peons being picked off. Why not? That's also going to be worth something. Lin coming in with a speed scroll, trying to take out some hunts. Has the first raider. Does he have a snare? He sure does. But that raider also going to go down for this.
You see though?
Purge not going to be in time.
Yes. Okay. Little difference here. Remember when this raider was arriving against Foggy yesterday when it was just the perfect move? Here, not so much. Colorful, a little more competitive than Foggy was yesterday. And by the way, this archer, Medal of Honor, it's just a ward. He sees every movement of Lin towards the shop. This might save him a lot of time and result in a good positioning. How much time does he have now to react to this upcoming push? 30 seconds?
Yeah, and he's going to be over there to defend. But without tier 3 upgrades so far, and without level 2 Alchemist, mostly Huntresses, which are going to suffer from these Serpent Wards, Lin can take quite the favorable fight here, even being down in supply.
Here we go. Acid Bomb, only level 1 he needs. A kill to enter this fight to finally unlock that heal spray, but Lin is just not allowing this. Heal wave again to the rescue. Alchemist himself in the front row, looking for that Keeper who has a ring. Heal scroll number 1 committed. How long can Lin stay in this fight without dropping a single unit? Now might be a triple kill immediately though, as the Huntress AoE is overwhelming at the moment. Shadow Melt saves again.
One grunt dying there only. Alchemist too far forward. First mistake by Colorful, not paying attention to the second hero, and that's an easy kill for Lin. Gonna punish that right away. There was no staff yet. And with the Alchemist gone, Lin feels, hey, maybe I can continue this pressure.
Exactly. No healing. And not only is the heal spray gone, that was also the carry of the last remaining healed scroll. So no healing at all for Colorful. And this looks like a slaughter in the north now.
Once again, we see the Knight of Tier 3 being punished with a swift attack with strong Orc heroes. Blade Master in trouble again. He's revealed, falling back. 40 HP, barely surviving. Doesn't have that Ring of Regen anymore. He sold that before, so that cannot help him at this point in time. It's only archers still defending, but it's Tier 3 archers. Cannot underestimate those. The Keeper looking very bold, charging forward with low HP. Getting, however, more experience. Entangle coming through again. Gonna be another kill, level 4 point something. His experience now looking good. But this Alchemist, still, once he's back, not impressive.
Nope. For the probably the first time this tournament in this matchup, I gotta say. Orb of Venom spreads some good poison. Once again, not resulting into too many kills. So, Lin is going 2 Kodos here. That's uncommon.
Yeah, normally in the late game we see quite a few Raiders. They take similar amounts of damage to Grunts because they have damage reduction against piercing. And of course they have ensnares, which is a big upside. And they move faster. They can have issues against Hunts, but Hunts really aren't the big threat here anymore at this point in the game. Lin now healing up everywhere, continues to creep. Lots of great items you can find right here. Heal Wards would be the best, but also Mana Stone insanely good. Heal Wards, oh my lordy.
Yeah, hard to reach. If you want to take that down, you have to pull something forward, and then of course it's presented on a silver platter. And for creeping, this camp, labs, red camps possibly, the dream, because you're basically not losing any HP anymore.
Is he gonna shop something from the marketplace? Lin, well, he doesn't really have much gold, so I suppose not. Would love to get a heal scroll here, but again, pretty broke. But if he picks up a heal scroll and goes into the next fight, that could be a game-winning fight. Lin up by 8 supply with super strong heroes.
There might even be a Kodo left in the belly of the Kodos. Not sure. He devoured 2. So supply might be a little misleading, but it's a lot more archers now. This army composition way better than before. But the problem of this under-leveled alchemist, he can't fix it. There's no progress because he's so afraid of a pushing Lin. He can't even go for his own Tuska camp on the right.
Yeah, he's playing very defensively right now. Colorful just concerned with surviving. Once he has a bigger army, once he has a Podum, once he has more orbs, once he has more upgrades, he's going to be looking very scary again. But this mid-game was painful for him. Lin gonna fall back, creep up a bit more. Shadowhunter's mana is not looking tremendous. Yeah, he's got the mana potion, but ideally you want to have clarity and maybe double mana potion in that inventory. But now he's got level 4 Shadow, which is certainly a very strong level and a required one as well for that level 2 heal wave now. We're in the late game. It's mass archers, tier 3 upgraded, serpent wards, not really the big weapon anymore.
And that's the real challenge for orcs, right? They found good solutions to the early game, they found good solutions to the mid game, but how do you break 20 archers on tier 3 when they're so cost efficient? Best damage per gold in the entire game. I guess it's positioning and timings.
Yeah, Lightning Shield also in the back can make quite the difference there. Colorful forced to TP back to the expansion. Didn't have time for the red camp. And we have a big army over here. Good positioning though by Colorful. The archers here not too easy to reach. Lightning Shields, oh my god, everywhere.
1, 2, I think. Dispel coming in. Wisps were very secure. Alchemist a little far forward, getting chased by this Blade Master. Alchemist super safe in the back. Huntress trying to storm into the back. Not protecting these archers at all. And Snare, but no damage on that. Lots of damage ending up on these illusions. Huntress slaughtered as always. Level 4.8 Shadowhunter, man. Crazy. Colorful, little desperate, trying his luck with the hero focus, but immediately countered by an Invo Potion.
Colorful just getting stomped right here by Lin. This absolutely super clear fight. Love the Raiders also in the late game. Throwing the end snares over and over on the Alchemist. Very little heal spray here. And of course, also only level 1 heal spray. Not that impressive to begin with. Suddenly, Shadowhunter level 5. And that's a huge heal wave. Expansion is gone and this game's over.
And Lin again. Wow. Colorful was starting a focus fire and instantly using the illusions to disjoint that focus fire. Gets a double kill. This is pure rampage. It's a bloodbath. It's the lead for Lin.
VG called. Lin with a couple of great plays here once again. The Blade Master goes down, yes, but he was able to create a lot of space and he got a great item in the middle and all the grunts remained alive. Shadowhunter could start creeping with the grunts right away, got the level 2 quickly, and prevented grunt kills with that Wand of Mana Steal. That was one of the most impactful Wand of Mana Steals we've seen in a while. Continues creeping over at the natural. Colorful keeps looking for these creepjacks that have led to him finding so much damage and getting a lead into the mid game every time so far this tournament, but Lin is just too much on top of it. He doesn't allow to fall behind. He doesn't allow the damage to come through, and he's just playing pretty much perfectly. Of course, the Blade Master died, yes, I remember, but outside of that, pretty much a perfect game.
Yeah. Colorful, apparently no plan B for this. The pushes were just insane. The perfect timings for the hold at the bottom when Colorful was going forward for the first time. Shadowhunter was already level 3, I guess. We see the highlights once again. That was cool, that was impactful, that should have given Colorful a lead in the early. Also quite some mana invested, of course. But that was not the end of the game.
Yeah, this is really what put Lin in a great position here. The Creepjack comes in, and again, normally Colorful always finds 2 kills, maybe even 3, and gets out with a lot of his army still intact. But here, wonderful play by Lin. The spell usage, the item usage, Purge, Heal Wave, Speed Scroll, everything surviving there, dealing with those Creepjacks pretty easily. This was the first big real fight of the game. And do we see the heal scroll here? Look at that from the blade. Oh my god. All the grunt front line healed up nicely again. Absolutely tremendous play. Maybe a bit more focus fire would have been required there by Colorful. It was mostly A-click, so all the grunts took similar damage. Bit more target fire perhaps would have been better here.
I think we see the illusions now. Oh no, it's a little later, I guess. The archers are so safe. Almost no damage on them, but Lin is just so much. 73 supply orc. You can have the best position in the world, and it's barely impossible to win this.
At the beginning of the tournament, this is what I was missing. This is what Fly showed. If the Knight of Ghost tier 3, go for a big attack. Build 65, 70 supply, get double heal stroll, you're gonna have strong heroes, and just go in. And more often than not, the Knight is gonna crumble right there before he has the full 80 supply and the full huge army, especially if the earlier game was rough. And yeah, Lin showing here a way to get out of the early game and mid game with a lead. Something that almost none of the other orcs are ever able to do, Lin is with his just marvelous play.
Yep, and now Colorful is in a situation where he wasn't in, similar to 15 Sway. He's down a map, he has to fight uphill. And what does this do to his nerves again? How does he deal with this new situation now? It was neutral ground, he knows. I have to defeat Lin on one of his maps now. So what's waiting more? His confidence in the matchup where he's really, really good at, or is he starting to think a little bit more now about his chances for the grand final just floating away?
Well, you should never do that as a competitor. Don't think about winning, don't think about losing, don't think about the final that's coming up. Think about the next map and what you have to do. And the next map is going to be better for him. It's going to be his map choice. And I was expecting AZ to be it, which normally is a terrible orc map, but no, he's going to go for Tidehunters here as his first pick. And yeah, just keep your game plan in mind. Don't think about the final. Don't think about if you're disappointing anybody. Just think about what you have to do and execute.
Well, well, well. Is it the two veterans, the two stars of this game, winning their semis 3-0 each? Lin, if he knocks out Colorful on Tidehunters, the door to the grand final is wide open. Colorful has to respond now. He has to win this, otherwise it's gonna be gruesome for him. Good odds, his map, and he has shown that he is masterful in this matchup. But so does Lin. And how does he respond now to what Lin has shown on map 1?
Yeah, maybe Colorful here is gonna have to move away from what he got used to. This tier 2 aggressive play, Alchemist comes out and then go Creepjack with the Huntresses and keep it that you have. This has worked so far every time. But not against Lin. Lin perhaps too solid. Perhaps against Lin, this is a mistake.
Farseer.
Maybe he should play it more passively and just go for creeping. Wait, Farseer?
Farseer.
Farseer grunts?
Farseer grunts.
What is going on? When the Wisp scouts the main, sees a normal build, doesn't see a war mill, but he didn't see a shop. Did that tip him off?
Okay, what can just as against Foggy on one of the new maps, he's dashing this out. It's
Against
of course
Foggy.
a big swerve and a statement for the rest of the series, but it goes against all meta.
There's a Wisp Scout in the middle. Is he gonna check for this? No. Keeper with a claw, starting off well, creeping with a treant. He is not gonna have Entangle here to deal with this. Ideally, you would love to have Entangle to control either Wolves or Grunt. And now, this is quite a bit of right-click threat that Lin can put in here, but of course the Wisp Detonate is also gonna be available against these Wolves.
It can detonate, it will cost a bit. This pressure alone already delays level 2, delays the expansion, and is giving Lin a very, very fast tech again. And it's so cool to see Lin again getting his opponent out of his comfort zone, challenging him with something new and unusual. I mean, of course, Colorful has played this probably in a few tournaments against some crazy orcs, maybe on ladder. But when the stakes are so high, having the guts to dash out this build. Ah, Lin. How can you not love this guy?
Archers are coming out early over here, and the Keeper's gonna be level 2 in a moment. And that's when things get really dicey. Oh, Archers for now, actually.
Are faster, good damage. Need to protect them well.
And the main thing probably is Archers also do way better in the late game against Headhunters. If you go... We saw that with Foggy, right? If you go Hunts into Dryads, you're just gonna get slaughtered by piercing damage. Whereas Archers, with Elun's Grace, they do fairly well. And if you get to Marksmanship, you're gonna have really good DPS.
So coming now, Headhunters as well. At some point, of course, Lin has to creep a bit there as well. And that is the tech and more creeping. That's level 2. Close of attack, of course, very, very helpful as an item. To maybe get a last hit on a wolf. But also forcing quite some multitasking off of Colorful. This is already stressful. Not the smooth sailing that you're used to.
Naga second.
What? Does he absolutely hate Tight Hunters and wants to end this game as quickly as possible, one way or the other? Entangle, focus. Is there a second one? Get very close, I guess. Oh, stops with the movement for a second. I don't think he can reach. No, he can't.
Then steals the item, coming in for the Creepjack here, but he doesn't have Reveal. Keeper has 1 Entangle. But not much follow-up damage here. The Archer's being moved. Might be something at the lab, of course. Lin could use that for Reveal.
So far, no kills on the unit. So far, Colorful salvages this. Farseer very hurt, but easy to heal up with a low HP pool.
Did he sell the TP or use the TP, Lin?
Sold it, right?
He sold it. Against Keeper. Dude, these guys in their cojones. Very impressive. And now he's gonna start to creep. As the Shaman tech is starting to come in and the Keeper was sufficiently slowed down, we're gonna have some creeping here for Lin starting. But the Naga is definitely not gonna be as impressive as a TC later on, but of course she arrived much faster. The tempo, again, valued by these top players.
He just prevents high levels for the Night Elf this entire series already. Northern Isles as well. Maybe that's his key to this, his newly found key to this matchup. Keeper 2.5. Alchemist will again be a tough grind for him towards level 3. Even though Acid Bomb is of course amazing against Headhunters. Tier 3 rush. You know what?
On both sides.
You know what emote to get ready for. But what if Colorful counters this with Mountain Giants?
Yeah. That's the question now. He's going tier 3. Is he going Bears or MGs? Both are viable. MGs are supposed to be the hard counter. Also, we have the Demon Hunter coming out. And then again, the hero pick makes sense. Because the TC would be suffering hard against the Demon. The Naga, not so much. And Farseer, Naga, plus Shadow Hunter? They deal with the Demon Hunter quite well.
What an unusual game. Cool to see more variety in this matchup. Brought to you by Lin. This is not something that Colorful would have gone for this curveball play, even though there might be a chance for dots on Last Refuge, of course. Lin with the marketplace, he just loves to creep this spot.
The heal potion also quite nice. He doesn't have the big tanky frontline hero to put this on, but still, to have to save one of the other heroes is going to be very valuable. Keeper finally got level 3, but man, this took forever. And by now, we have plenty of Shaman now to deal with him.
Next creep. Lin around, a little sharking around. Might be able to push this. And he does. Creep abandoned. Demon Hunter severely underleveled, of course.
He's just going for a tiny. 41 supply, tiny Great Hall. Here we go.
Whoa. Where does he get that confidence from? In this matchup.
Damn. Lin is just such a baller. This strategy. I didn't think he was gonna play this strat 2 times in the same tournament against Night Elf, but he is, and it seems to be working out again, I guess. It just takes forever for Colorful to come online. He's still waiting for his tier 3 units, and he also really wants a level 3 demon. But again, Lin gave him a bit of time to creep, but now he's back for the harass. No creeping for this Demon Hunter at all.
This is the key. Okay, Colorful goes for Bears. The unit he loves so much. Staffed out. Can he contest for this Rock Golem? This is a big item drop for Colorful. Right next to his base, it's his spot. Can't really allow this to go to Lin. Otherwise, the Korean is getting closer and closer. Oh, he scouts for it! To the grand final.
Lin not going for a third hero, by the way. Shadow Hunter would be the choice there if he was to go for one. Alchemist! Field spray, I guess. Yeah, okay. Alchemist gonna suffer later against the Demon Hunter, but right now the mana burn isn't very strong at all.
Didn't I say that the solution against Night Elf is the Alchemist, Remo? I absolutely did it. Lin is listening to me as he should. Focus Fire is great, Staff is even greater. Can he chew through the bear? So far they don't provide a big threat at all. Purge on that bear. Focus Fire is good. Alchemist in trouble. Tries to heal. That's of course his downside. Very squishy. If he's the only one providing heal, he needs some levels to be impactful. Demon Hunter in the front row kind of goes for him as well. And this fight is relatively even.
And he's looking quite good now for Colorful. These archers on the back did plenty of damage. The rejuvenation here for healing is absolutely amazing. Speaking of healing, I think Lin sold the big heal potion earlier, didn't he? Which is quite the mad lad play. He needs to get to these archers. Take them out quickly. Farseer level 3 would be huge. 1 or 2 more kills and he's gonna have it.
Okay, not too sure how good this Alchemist is, by the way, if there's no acid bomb on the other side. But hey, level 3, this is great, if there's, especially if there's no dispel, but then Dryads could come in for the wolves. This is going Chain Lightning, we'll see about that. Focus Fire on the Demon Hunter again. Redo, oh sweet, gets another Purge out though, so no healing here. Lin trying to retreat, but Entangle is there, leading to a double kill.
Didn't get off the wolf there before the mana burn. Crucially, the mana burn comes in from Colorful, otherwise these wolves, they can be a menace. The good thing is the wolves can just ignore the bear frontline. They're fast. They can just run into the back and press the archers right away. Something that's much harder to do for the headhunters, of which we have many more coming and many more shaman. 3 more shaman and then master training, and then it's going to be time for rah-rah-rah.
Rah, indeed. Want to see it in the chat for sure. Demon Hunter got level 2. Flute, not the greatest at the moment. If he adds up more archers later, then of course this is phenomenal. And Lin, is that it? Bloodlusted Headhunters? Looks like it. Invo Potion on the Alchemist. He needs to have a little bit of safety. Double Orb.
Heal Scroll, Double Orb, 50 supply for Colorful. This is the timing. If this one here doesn't win this attack or do crucial damage, he's going to be in serious trouble. The army is growing to crazy levels here for Lin. 61 supply, Tree into Raz, not quite working out perfectly. Wolves have been summoned, not sent into the back. The bears coming in. Demon Hunter taking lots of damage. Staff gonna have to be used. Heal Scroll first. Where's the staff? Getting purged! He can't staff him because he's getting mass purged, I guess. Seems like there was no window there. Alchemist gonna survive with the Invo Potion. He's gonna get out of there, but still plenty of bears left in the mix.
Okay, can they chew through this back line even without the Demon Hunter, without the mana burn? Alchemist is safe here. Naga no mana, no AoE against this, but the purges are lifesavers and guarantees the kill here as they immobilize for a bit. Lin, what a position he's in now. 10 supply ahead, Expo up. Colorful throughout this entire game couldn't even start dreaming about a second base. And the focus fire is just insane, and it's just a matter of time until that Bloodlust kicks in. Alchemist bites the dust for the second time. Turns out, against this hero combo, not the greatest choice. But soaks up a lot of damage.
He's going to be back very soon, but the mining was stopped, and now Lin's production going to be severely limited. Has to send the peons back over, but Colorful is pretty much full health. The Demon Hunter almost level 3. Question is, how much mana does he have left on the bears? But he has hardly any bears at all.
I was about to say, how many bears does he even have left?
Got some in production.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Colorful, brave fights. Carrying this into around the 15-minute mark now. But Bloodlust is ready.
Going to be a big damage boost, and also the move speed could be quite valuable. Demon Hunter getting the next item from the middle. Got the Invo Potion. That's a huge item.
Still only 50 supply for Colorful. Still not the greatest tank Demon Hunter. Still not the biggest mana burns. Heal Spray kicking in. We'll love to see Acid Bomb soon. Fork Lightning, Focus Fire, Purge again, Reju. Oh, there's the staff that was missing last time.
As a little side note, not everybody knows this. When you're getting purged for like half a second, it's impossible to staff. So you can purge right after, or staff right after the purge. But if you spam purge, it's not doable. But the mana on the Shaman is dropping low, but we have Bloodlust absolutely everywhere. Level 2 for the Alchemist. He's dropping low, but same is the case for the Demon Hunter. He was so close to level 3, but didn't quite get it yet. Invo Potion used. He's in the mix. 2 Headhunters way too far up front right there, I guess you could say. Going backline. Farsia in trouble as well. Heal Scroll last second. He will survive. What about the Demon Hunter getting staffed out once more? But now without a Demon Hunter, perhaps Colorful has to fall back.
What a slaughter! Even supply. Lin is the one to retreat. Doesn't want to risk the life of his first here with a level 2 wolf. Couple of units die to the archers and tangle on the Headhunter as well. And Colorful all of a sudden has the supply lead. Needs heal though. 2 bears so hurt. He's on 1 base. He can't afford that. But if I see that right on the minimap, Lin is again not mining from his expo.
Yeah, once again the treants were summoned. This keeper just has so much mana. He can just summon these treants non-stop. And now we have a healthy amount of bears again. I think this game is looking better and better for the night of also 700 gold for Colorful here almost.
Would love to have a tiny tree of life, I guess. That would be the moment. 10 supply lead. Alchemist with Acid Bomb now will probably lead to a lot more kills. Reducing the armor of bears in combination with Purge and the Bloodlust Focus Fire. That's a lot of DPS.
Mana burned right away. No spells here for him to use. Wisp coming in for some detonates. We don't have Bloodlust active here at all. And it seems like Lin is just gonna get overrun. The bears are in the middle of everything. He's trying to go for the hero focus, but oh, that puts him in a bad position. Suddenly the bears mauling these squishy orc units. The triple hero chasing after the keeper, but not gonna find the kill. Instead, it's the alchemist who was in serious trouble. He just barely survives, but Lin, it seems like he lost the critical mass, and the bears are now just too efficient to go up against.
He exposed everything to this army. It's a little split now for Colorful. Demon Hunter bullies the rest of this army. Akodo comes in to eat a bear. Not too sure if it will survive. Bloodlust once more. Oh, I think they will free their buddy. And is so hurt on everything, but supply-wise, it's still even.
The bears, however, probably more supply efficient here in this kind of fight. The alchemist might be going down another time. That would be the third. Denies himself to the creeps. It's the best thing he can do, but on the chase here, more damage onto the orc army. Not having the endurance aura here is definitely painful.
Yeah, as one-sided as game one was, this was more competitive, but the late game belongs to Colorful for sure. Good mix of beef in the front row with Roar. Of course, the archers benefit from that a lot. Naga Bloodlust, pretty good and powerful as well. Heal scroll committed. Lin holding his ground, holding the supply, but again, Colorful with the treants at the expansion. I think the observer didn't show it too much, but yep, no mining. This tiny. Curious if it even paid off with all the peons that had to be reproduced. GG, Colorful ties it up.
Nicely done by Colorful. He's not gonna get caught off guard here by the Farseer Headhunter. He's probably faced it plenty before. He knows Demon Hunter is the right choice, and going Bears in the late game. They're just so strong nowadays. Foggy didn't have the right answer. Foggy went for more of a tempo play, more tier 2 oriented, with Keeper and Alchemist, and with Hunts and Dryads. But that's just too easy for the Orc to build the perfect army. If there's no Demon, you can go for TC. And if there's no archers, you don't have to be concerned really with any kind of damage flying in. You're just going to destroy everything with your headhunters. The archers plus bears here turning out very, very nicely. The Demon Hunter also good. Although at times it looked a little bit sketchy. It seemed like Lin was perhaps going to be able to overwhelm with his expansion, but no, it was not to be. And Colorful ties it up.
Okay, recap of that game. Big fight in the middle where we had the tri-hero combo already. I feel this was still a good fight with the first Bloodlust, with good focus fire. He took out the bears really quickly. And only archers can't really fight that. But in the end, it was just too much. Gotta be honest with you, Remo. Alchemist here against the Demon Hunter. Probably not the greatest. Probably not the greatest.
Yeah, I wonder if there could have been a good choice. Shadow Hunter Hex.
Pit Lord?
Maybe. But it's also just the Demon Hunter getting disabled. One Demon Hunter kill was there this game. We see it right now. Maybe a bit too much focus on the demon. If you have a Shadow Hunter, you can perhaps hex the demon and then focus the bears one by one. But hard to tell. We hardly ever see these kind of games. Farseer Headhunter is not exactly very viable against Night Elf, although, of course, Lin did pull it off once. It will not happen again. And I think this will be the last time we're going to see the strategy at this tournament.
Probably, yes. This, of course, far away from the meta. This shouldn't tell us too much about the remainder of the series. Very cool to not have a clean 3-0, of course, but it was a little bit of a gift by Lin towards Colorful.
Yeah, it is certainly a gimmicky strategy. You kind of have to rely on your opponent to not play perfectly. Otherwise, if he does, this usually doesn't work. At least from the iteration that we've seen so far. Maybe there still is a way out there to play FSHH to also make it work against Night Elf, but we haven't really seen it yet.
I really like the early game. I really like the early game. Keeper was stuck on 2 for a long time. He made sure that this expo comes up. And I wonder if you're not facing such a great Night Elf as Colorful here, who did massive damage with the treants. Lin never really responded to that. So maybe if you adjust, park a shaman. Is one shaman enough? Doubtful. So if you respond better to the treant harass, if that expansion pays off better, you get that critical mass faster, you might be able to close out the game before the Night Elf gets the power spike late game.
The bears come in quickly though, so that's hard to do. But you mentioned the early game correctly. That is a crucial part of this matchup. If the Keeper gets level 3 fast, you're going to lose all the Headhunters. It's going to be over. Game lost. And I think Colorfully could have been doing better there with the scouting. Like, if he checks for the hero right away with a Wisp, for example, he could have skipped the Treants and go Entangle first. With Entangle first, it's much easier to deal with the Wolf and Grunt Harass, and also, he wouldn't have had to spend money on the Hunter's Hall. Yeah, the Hunter's Hall early was trying to go into hunts, but it was kind of a waste to go for that early because he never went Huntresses correctly, so he could have saved that money as well. So there's also ways for Colorful to play that better, especially in the early game. This strategy still seems to rely heavily on the Knight of getting caught off guard, and that is going to be less likely now, I guess, for the rest of the series. As our series is going to move into map number 3 now, Lin's first map choice is going to be Concealed.
You know, Remo, you can criticize all you want. A good horse only jumps as high as he needs to, and that absolutely happened here on map number 2. It is Lin 1, Colorful 1. Next map win is equals match points. And this is Lin's home turf. Now, where do we go? Oh. First to the player camps. Colorful for China. Lin could make this an all-Korean grand final. Orcs home turf, CH.
We saw Lin there on the camera chewing some gum. I heard that apparently for some people chewing gum does noticeably increase their concentration. And good concentration is going to be required here for Lin because he is going to have to make sure this keeper doesn't get out of control. We saw him here yesterday against Foggy where he had just the most brilliant of early games, which he's going to try to repeat here now.
For sure. By the way, Remo, who are you rooting for here, man? You are always in absolute love when Lin is in top form and shows the way Orc is supposed to be played. And on the other hand, it's your boy, Colorful. So you went to church this morning. Who did the prayers go to?
I really don't have a favorite here. I don't have a preferred winner. I'm just glad we have this amazing Warcraft because these two are showing impeccable play. And now we're going to return to more of a standard game. Keeper versus Blade. And honestly, Lin has been looking deadly in this Blade Master versus Keeper standard meta.
Yep, I was about to say in before he goes Farseer again, but no, not on this map at all. Back to Blade. How good is this early game gonna be? He kind of destroyed Foggy on this map, as you mentioned already. And once again, he's the only one who beat Moon, so toolbox filled to the brim. One LP club player was already eliminated in the first semi-final in 15 Sway. Still a very, very successful tournament for them. 3 players in the round of 8, 2 players in the round of 4. Colorful still with chances to make it, but game 2 was a little bit of an off. He really has to prove that he belongs in the World Elite on this map now, on this matchup. Great start for Lin once again with the claw.
Yeah, both finding the claws here, gonna be very happy with this. Lin is creeping the full camp, not just the item, which is a little unusual. He's using the peon to get information of what the opponent is up to. Should certainly not be allowed a last hit here. It would be, of course, marvelous.
Cheeky play. Happens more often than you would expect, especially in the hands of an X-Lord, a Happy. People are getting so good at this. Okay, and now it's Grunt Hunt season. First we go for the peons. How many grunts are dying this early, Remo? Give me a prediction.
Well, 0, of course. This is Lin. That's a silly question, Neo. Blade Master having the info of where the keeper is. Alright, you know, I might be getting proven wrong here right away. I'm very surprised he's showing this grunt. He knew the keeper was there just a moment ago, but doesn't get caught by the entangle. Colorful, not committing to the grunt. It would have cost him a lot of mana to get that kill. Double entangle plus treants. And then in the end, this Blade Master might swerve in to get off the deny. So perhaps doesn't deem it as worth it as the tier 2 tech now starts. Once again, of course, the Orc here quite a bit ahead in that regard.
Colorful with Dust and Staff. Makes good usage of the shop so far. He pretty much owns the map now. Lin with evasion creeping wants to stay as far away as possible. Blade Master would like to cause some trouble as it's free reign for the keeper at the moment. But yeah, Lin does it better than all the other orcs in this tournament who fed their grunts away early. He keeps them safe. And this is still, after such a long time, the right move.
I think he tried to go for Telestaff there maybe, but was on cooldown. And now, this is always the difficult time for the Orc. It's nighttime, you're literally in the dark. and it's very hard to find out what the knife is up to. He lost track of the keeper. The keeper's creeping up freely and is going to get closer to level 3. Peon is checking at the green camp. So again, Peon scouting, outstanding. But this keeper is getting very, very close to those level 2 entangle roots.
Okay. We're on the way to tier 2. Wonder if Lin can do something about the expansion this time. Didn't really on map 1, right? Only at the very, very end. And he used the Blade Master to shut it down once. So actually he did do quite a lot.
This perfectly lines up for level 3. Oh, glorious. Keeper barely able to get it and finds the first grunt. And that kill, I don't think it can be prevented.
Haha, stupid question, huh?
Oh, you know. Sometimes it is what it is, that's the way it goes, and this is not the perfect early game by Lin that we saw before. Counter or expansion coming up here now. It's not gonna be a lodge cancel. And the Blade Master maybe should have been a little bit more aggressive against this keeper.
Yeah, he let him unfold. Must have a reason. But I don't see the big upside. Got good items, of course. There's still a lot to creep for the Shadow Hunter, but also Colorful is around to disrupt this.
He's gonna use the staff as the Blade Master was chasing him. Oh, great play here by Colorful. That's gonna be the next run going down. In the meantime, the Alchemist is coming in, and now he's finding the damage here early on tier 2 that he was missing before.
Fantastic positioning! He's just pouncing on this, knowing that of course now it's only Serpent Wards level 1, there's no healing at all. Alchemist comes in pretty much at the right time because the tavern is so close to this creep spot. That is a play that I didn't expect. Colorful, usually not the most aggressive of all players. Catching Lin a little off guard.
Yeah, honestly, against ORC, he's been doing that all the time. And this time he finds the damage. He tried it also on Northern Isles, but there, Lin defended it. This time, not so much. 3 grunts dying. That is normally a death sentence. But Lin is still going to try his best here. Going to perhaps get a return kill on the Huntress, but perhaps not even. As these Huntresses are fast, going to save themselves quite well. And now Lin. How is he going to come back from this game? Oh, lordy.
Well, we kind of said the same about Moon earlier, and he did find ways. We said the same about Lin against PCG, and he did find a way on this very map. So never, ever, ever count the Moons and the Lins of this world out before they're really just broken. So far he's alive, he's moving. So this is not safe yet.
Then going for a risky play here, going for the Rock Golem. I don't blame him. He's going to need to take some risks here. Isn't even remaking any grunts. Well, maybe coming in from the main. We have a Wind Rider now for more DPS. Shadow Hunter level 2. Big item here at the lab. One of mana stealing. Well, not the greatest.
Okay, I like the Wyvern. It's absolutely necessary now to creep this, or to speed this up. Super safe expansion for Colorful as well. There is no chance for Lin to show any kind of aggressiveness without the level 3 Shadow Hunter, which is severely delayed. Sees it now, okay, can react accordingly. Heal scroll on Colorful side already. Blade Master. What can he redo? There's owls, there's sentinels. He's just ready for everything.
He does already have almost level 3, that's pretty nice. His damage is going to be very much required. And then we're going to have level 2 critical strike. Okay, Keeper harassing here by himself. Not finding any kills, but definitely slowing down the Shadow Hunter immensely. And Colorful is getting ready for a big push here soon. It's going to have 50 supply, going to go for some upgrades, going to go for some scrolls, and Lin needs to get ready.
Yeah, but how? Needs to pause Colorful for a little bit while continuing to play. Last hit goes to the Orc. Level 2.3 illusions might be nice. The Keeper is creating a lot of space. Blade Master is trying to reduce the archer numbers to reduce the damage, which is a nice effort. But, oh, Acid Bomb won't take him down. It's good, but it's not that good.
Missed here. Very close to the level up. Doesn't have much to creep easily. at this position, but the green cap might be just barely enough, and that level 3, of course, as we know, is a huge difference maker. Level 3 Shadow, also pretty close. With the natural or the lab, he would have it.
It's cool to see after the two previous series they played against each other, where just one player was very, very dominant and the other player didn't really knew how to react. But this is already a 1-1, which was a little bit of gift by Lin, as we said, but also colorful, super competitive, unlike it was in the Smile Cup. And that was not too long ago, right? So Colorful clearly worked on this match against Lin, and now he's backstabbing him in the middle.
Yeah, the Overlord pull didn't work out there. He didn't want to fall low into the corner, and that's going to be a quick GG with the Shadow Hunter going down. 2-1 lead now for Colorful. Wonderful early game.
That's the play he needed after losing the neutral ground. That is him taking Lin's favorite map off of his resume, and now one step away from his biggest match ever, his first WGL Grand Final.
Yeah, that's why also Concealed Hill can be a good map for the Night Elf. If you can shake the tail of the Blade Master and you can get that level 3, you can really dominate early on tier 2. We saw it here again. Foggy wasn't able to do this, but Colorful with better movement, and Lin perhaps a bit too passive in this early stage, perhaps giving too much freedom to the keeper. But Colorful also played it safe, going for level 2, which couldn't be prevented, and then played the game from there. And Lin down the series 2-1, and the scary thing is, Amazonia is still to be played.
And that is because Lin didn't veto it, rather went for Autumn Leaves. So we were wondering, was this just a one-off game where he gave him the win with the Farseer? No. Colorful showing up this backstab, undefendable, trying to go for the speed scroll, but Entangle Acid Bomb, the Poison Ivy stinks Shadow Hunter, off he is. And we're about to write history here, Remo. Could be the second Night Elf Mirror Grand Final, could be the 9th player to make it into the WGL Final in Fortitude. Fortitude in Colorful. Moon won that one Night Elf Mirror Final that we got, the only Night Elf champion ever.
It's definitely looking really good for Colorful right now. Last Refuge is going to be a tough map. That should be our next one. Lin is going to play a much more aggressive Blade Master there, almost for certain, but in Amazonia. Like, we can't even give references to what it's played like normally, because it always gets vetoed. Always, without exception. And that's because the keeper here will always get a free level 2, and there's nothing that can be done about it. And then the Night Elf will play with quite a bit of map control from the very beginning. That's going to be the story for map 5 if we get there. Moon is waiting for the opponent. Who's it going to be? Colorful. It would be a great achievement for him to make it through here for the first time.
Oh, yeah, for Moon, this is very comfortable, is it not? He's sitting there chilling, knowing like he can study everything that happens. If Lin starts a comeback now with timings and unusual strats or something outside the box, he's going to be ready for it. If it's going to be Colorful, then they faced each other quite a bit in the past. It's going to be ready for that as well. But it is Lin's tournament life on the line. He has to win 2 maps in a row. Otherwise, Colorful, a WGL Grand Final debutant. He's one step away of writing history. No fly, no infi, no TH. The Chinese in the final would be a Night Elf and Colorful. Especially, like, the Chinese history with Night Elves is relatively poor. Of course, we had, like, the lives, the size, but that's it. It was always humans, orcs, undead, but never a tier 1 championship going to a Chinese Night Elf. Colorful on his way.
It took him a while to ascend to these ranks, right? For a long time, Colorful was a tier 2 player, wasn't really considered to be championship material, was stomped over many times by the top contenders, but he kept at it. After years and years of hard work, he's finally here at the very highest echelon of Warcraft, and with a great shot now to make it into the grand final. If he can win here already on LR, that would be truly impressive. On the good orc map, if he can still make it work here, that would be quite crazy. Although the chances for Lin to make it, to get the win here now and force a 5th map aren't bad either. We saw how well he can play this, how insanely, impressively can cripple the keeper early, which is going to have to be the key to this game.
What does it do with Colorful now, being so close to the sun? Lin is of course used to this. He fought back in many tournaments. In WGL finals actually. Especially when he was against 1-2-0. These guys were just trading wins left and right, and Lin started intense comebacks. But Colorful, did he figure Lin out? Does he have the right weapons? Lin, does he have another tool ready to use that might surprise the young Chinese?
Lin running right over, going for double circlet? Has to wait a bit here for the gold, and there it is. Double circlet indeed, gonna attack the Knight of Base right away. Colorful has not chosen a skill point yet. Running across the map, looking to harass the other side of things. And Lin gonna go for the archer here, I guess. Very weird opening.
Yes. Okay, again, it's a go out of your comfort zone move. There is attack and entangle on the peon. And Colorful, this is Sonic-esque, right? I can't really creep on this map too much, then let's go. And he is actually successful with that one peon on the cost of an archer.
Yeah, this is gonna be 3 peons dying.
Oh, wow.
This is a big problem for him.
So simple, yet so effective.
I think he got off some denies here. One at least. Colorful can't go in for the next peon because he's too low HP, does have the mana but not the hit points to do this with. Blade Master continuing to creep as well, got a Wand of Illusion, which is a great item for him. Question is, how expensive in lumber is this gonna be for Lin? At the moment it's still looking okay. He's got 4 lumber peons left, but 4 is not that many.
No. Needs a lodge at least, needs upgrades on the shaman at least, needs defense upgrades as well. Or armor upgrades, that is. Big impact. These 3 killed so early on. Hunter's Hall is ready. Tech has started. No greedy expansions whatsoever. We do have illusions, by the way, by Lin. And he pulls the creeps onto the Engine of War.
Yeah, on this map, chance for illusion and sentry ward is really high. Those are the scouting items that you want to have, because there's no lightning shield over here, removed from the drop table, so your chances are very high to get some scouting if you go, especially for both high priests, which Lin did. And now got level 2.3. Healing up with replenishment potion, also pretty nice right now, and still scouting with the illusions. The keeper is still level 1, so that part worked out. Honestly, a good early game for Lin, with the exception of those peons dying.
Let's see if he can carry this into the late game and how much of an impact this will have at the beginning of Tier 2. Colorful at some point has to establish its expansion, and it's rushable for sure. But it's also very creepable in the south, very comfortable in the south. Blade Master has no staff yet. No one has a staff, actually.
Goes in the Mer camp once again. In this Blade Master, this would be a huge kill if he can get it. But there is Sentinel. So now it is possible to control the Blade Master. Might take some entangle, but is going to be worth it. The experience here is still crucial. Oh, but the Wisp gets taken out. Also, one worker for the Night Elf here, fighting the dust. And he got the blasted, right? Small mistake by Colorful, not using the entangle. Blade gets the experience and the 3rd circlet.
Oh, do we have Sentinels ready? Reveal it is, but not going for the next entangle. Lin fighting bravely, getting his moments in this match. Colorful can be okay with this. Of course, on LR, you are hoping for a better early game, but very playable.
The Basta could be sent to the north now to cancel the expansion, maybe. I wonder if that timing works out. And Colorful this time not going to be aggressive with the Alchemist. That's what I was talking about earlier. It's going to use him to creep instead. Especially understandable here, as the Keeper's only level 2 and doesn't have too much mana. Oh, the Blade. Oh, imagine if he had shown up here to steal the item. Oh, that was close.
Man, he had his fingers there already. Trying to go for a little bit of experience. Not too sure if he got that. Yes, he did. 2.8 can cause more trouble here. And the Alchemist, acid bomb and tangle. Can he save that Alch? with items, I guess. Creep really wants to get the last hit. It's not doing any damage. Why is that ogre not attacking? It's just
Yeah, there was something wonky with the attack animation. I think he was attacking, but we didn't quite see it. Scroll the beast, by the way. That can be crazy for a big Huntress archer army. The expansion is coming up, but it's a lot of space for the Shadow Hunter. He's creeping up really nicely here, pretty freely this whole time. And the Keeper is still not level 3. All things considered, pretty good early game for Lane.
Needs to transition to the late game though. Colorful needs to establish the second base, get the Alchemist up. Still no Keeper level 3. 6 minutes 50.
Blade Master here would have a huge chance to creep jack. This is a big camp. This is a bit ambitious by Colorful, I gotta say.
Blade Master comes in, but he's not in Windwalk. So Colorful saw this coming. He has no Entangle.
Yeah, and he's gonna get his camp here sooner or later, but Lin can buy a lot of time. And of course, if he steals the item, that would be glorious.
Level 3 now, that's a bit of mana. That's the next Entangle. With that, he can prevent the kill on the Golem. Can he? Yes, he can. Vamp Aura. Man, that would have been the optimal pickup for Lin, but Colorful is not allowing that. He's there when it counts.
Blade gets level 3. Shadow Hunter pushing into the main. Not quite level 3 on the Shadow yet, but very, very close. Blade Master still creating space in the back. And Shadow got level 3. Double level 3 heroes now in this push. And Colorful does not look ready.
Gotta be careful here. Acid Bomb is their full mana Alchemist. Lin is pushing for the map 5 in the semi-final, which would be on AZ, as we said. Can he raid this base? Is it enough? Mana on the Keeper is such an issue. Can you find a way out of that chokehold, Colorful, and make it your grand final already after map 4? So far, it's looking dire. Colorful also stopped at 40 pop now.
Snake Pit here, really hard to deal with. He needs a couple of archers to snipe these Serpent Wards. But if they go in too deep, of course, they're going to get purged and attacked. 2 Moonwells going down. Colorful super supply blocked. I'm not even sure if he has the supply to make Wisps for the Expo. He might not even be mining there. 2 Wisps, okay.
Okay, Archers. I'm not sure if the rally point is right. And Archer was just standing around at that Expo. And Lin is getting kill after kill after kill, clawing his way back into this series. Even if the odds are stacked against him later. Colorful not getting the kills. Excellent micro for Lin once again. Saving these grunts, not feeding any XP. And that's a response to the loss on CH if I ever saw one.
Yeah, really good position now for Lin. He really crippled the economy here for Colorful. The production and the expansion for him is not quite up yet, but soon. Shadowhunter staffs back to the shop to get the clarities. Oh, how beautiful is this?
Can he kill? Can't even cancel the healing there. Okay, Colorful. Recover, rebuild. Tier 3 might still be your savior if you can stall more time. But this Blade Master control, man. He's always there when he needs to be somewhere. Whenever Colorful is starting a creep camp, the Blade Master is, I guess, like 10 meters away, sees it coming, calls the boys, and jumps on the Night Elf.
Reaps here still somewhat involved, but the heal scroll is going to be huge, dude. It's going to be crazy value again. All the grunts are a little bruised already. Scroll the beast committed. That helps with the damage, but not with the tankiness. These archers are going to suffer quite a bit once the grunts connect, and there we see the aggressive purges going for the archers. One taken out right away. The grunts also being pulled back wonderfully.
No bloodlust this game, but certainly bloodthirst on the side of Lin. Just wants to go for more and more kills. Colorful doing his very, very best to keep the number of snakes low, but low is also his HP pool here. Alchemist out of mana, has no potions anymore. And Lin is just choking him out on a 2-base situation.
Great play by Lin once again. On the old maps, where he's more familiar with the movement and with what he has to do, he still looks to be absolutely deadly. He mentioned before he thinks the new maps are good for Night Elf, and that might be true just in its nature, but also it's about how much practice the orcs have gotten, and it's not that much yet on the new maps. Big item here. Who's going to pick it up? Blade, I think, got it. Big heal potion for him. Very good. And more Huntresses might be going down right here.
Alchemist would have loved that item. Tier 3 started.
Oh, that's a desperation tier 3.
Hoping and praying that this is somewhat going through.
Yeah, if Lin falls back right now, heals everything, gets double level 4, attacks with 65 with heal scrolls, there's no way Colorful can hold. Unless, I don't know, Jesus comes back down to earth and takes over the mouse and keyboard because it's going to take a miracle.
You think Jesus would be a good Warcraft 3 player? I think his hand got hurt recently, so maybe not.
Well, the wonders of modern therapy maybe could have healed that for him. Who knows? Lin is pushing forward, trying to close out this game now. This time attacking the expansion, gonna cancel the Moonwells here. Blade Master in the back, finding more kills. Doesn't have the most mana though, so he can't really perhaps finish the game, but he can certainly find more kills. More and more Huntresses are going down. He does have the reveal, and the army for Colorful is just laughable.
There ain't nothing to hunt for them today. No, no. And Lin lives to see another map, so to speak. Colorful is completely falling apart. Here's the Purge. And can we end this with a crit? No, not yet. But he's just brutalizing this Night Elf army. Colorful is at 1,000 gold. He's banking so much, but I guess he's already, well, esports cast a cliche, thinking about map 5, because there's absolutely no hope here. You know what would be cool, Remo? If Warcraft Jesus could turn moon juice into wine, and the Night Elves try to regenerate, and then they're all drunk and run around and can't attack anymore.
Well, if you're drunk, you think you can fight better.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you actually can fight better, though.
You can apply like the drunken haze with a mischance and slow and all.
Every 5 seconds you fall over and you can't move. That would be accurate. The drunken master style is, well, not going to be happening here. I think Colorful is getting the last bit of life choked out of him on map number 4. Lin with just an impeccable game. Wonderful from beginning to end. The peons going down in the main, that was certainly a concern, but outside of that, absolutely amazing play by the ORC here once more.
Yeah. That is a weak keeper map though, so Lin was expected to take this. He's doing that in a magical fashion though, as great as Concealed was for Colorful. This one goes to Lin once again, and I'm really curious, where lies the momentum now in this best of 5? It's of course going to be a 2-2, there's no doubt about that. But it's also Lin taking this map so decisively with all the right actions, so you could think that he is in a better mindset. But it's also Amazonia 5th, so I really don't know.
Yeah. Colorful has that last map speaking in his favor. The weird thing is, though, he has no tournament experience on AZ against Orcs. Ladder? Sure. On ladder, I guess he plays this every now and then. But in tournament, nobody plays this. Oh, that's a juicy acid bomb there, actually. Unfortunately, though, there's not much army to back it up. 15 supply lead here for Lin, closing on 20. And we're going through the motions. The tier 3 desperate play. Colorful was hoping that Lin was just going to leave him alone until finally he has 80 supply tier 3. But of course, Lin didn't allow this.
Ah, there we go with the critical strike. Splits the Alchemist in half, who again couldn't reach the levels, and there it is. Game 5, everybody, as Lin takes Last Refuge. It wasn't the Last Refuge yet. Probably taking a little break here. Long series already. 1 hour, 13 minutes of match time, and we go one more. Lin, will he be the one challenging Moon in the old man's club in the grand final, or will we have the grand final debutant and Colorful? Despite the map loss here, everything speaks in favor of Colorful. We gotta say, if Lin doesn't pull a miracle.
Yeah, I think this is a really good match here. They seem to be very evenly matched indeed. Here the two in terms of skill. It's been a nice back and forth so far, especially Lin showing once again how well he can play against Night Elf, which was his problem matchup for a really long time. Remember, thinking back to WGL for many years, like it started with the Keeper patch, but beyond that, Lin always was struggling against Night Elf for many years. It was Fly who showed him and showed the rest of the world how it could be done against the Night Elves. And now he's really good in this matchup, proving that here again. He could really cement himself as the best Orc versus Night Elf if he wins map 3 on Amazonia. This is considered impossible, which is why it would be even cooler if he does it.
But Lin is the opposite of an Orc brain, right? He's the smartest Orc player that probably has ever been. So what's the reason to allow AZ over AL?
I would have to guess. I can't tell you. There's a couple of speculations we could go into here. Maybe it's the prize factor. Maybe because Colorful was assuredly thinking AZ was gonna get vetoed. Maybe Lin thinks AL and AZ are basically both horrible, both equally bad. And then this choice would make sense because this must have surprised Colorful. And that's a map that probably he didn't prepare for too much.
Okay. Did Lin practice with someone yesterday? Was Lolite around? Any other Night Elf? Does he even need that? Did he just rest? And have, I don't know, relax a little bit? Very, very hard to prepare. Does he need practice? Does he just come up with that while thinking about the game? Theory crafting? We'll see. Maybe this next map changes the way Orc plays Night Elf when AZ is all of a sudden allowed.
That's also the cool thing about WGL and about these big tournaments. It oftentimes does change the meta. These tournament games being shown at the very highest level by the top players. Something that, for example, we saw in the past when Infi came up with a double footy defense into double Knights production against the Mountain Giants back then, which the humans were suffering against for such a long time. If you can come up with something here on AZ, it's going to be amazing. But it's going to be tough. A lot of why that game went so well in Last Refuge was because the keeper was super underleveled for a long time. Stuck on level 1 forever, which is sort of normal on LR. On AZ, he's going to get level 2 and 2 items right away for free.
Yep.
And there's nothing, literally nothing, that can be done about it.
Okay, everybody, it's time to decide this best of 5 semi-final on AZ. Colorful's last map pick. He is one step away from his biggest accomplishment ever. He made it into a next grand final, but never WGL. His second playoffs only. Can he crown it and can he challenge Moon one more time for the Big NetEase Championship? Elo-wise, there was an update this morning on War3 Info. Colorful, top 5 in the world. 31 Elo points gained through this tournament alone. Lin still second place, only beaten by Happy in the ranks. So, can Lin show that he's at least one of the top 2 players in the world, or will he crumble in the semi-final? The stakes are so high. The pressure on Lin is so high. But if there's a guy to pull it off and to work magic on AZ, it's gotta be him. For Colorful, if he plays it normal, straight down the line, with good execution, it's not getting himself surprised by Lin's moves, then he's in the grand final for the first time ever.
Alright, let's get settled in. What is this gonna be? Lin with a bit of an unusual build here already. It's a keeper first against a blade. Early shop, no barracks. And a scout peon. That surprises me. I mean, everyone knows what the knife is going to be doing at the beginning. But okay. He wants to have the confirmation.
Pressure on the 2 players. $3,000 for one map alone. For Colorful, of course, representing LP. Never made it into the grand final. Lin showing that Orc is competitive. Again, especially in his hands.
Oh, he's delaying the creep. And now he can run over with a speed scroll, possibly. Trying to steal some items. Some last hits. Maybe that's the idea.
Okay. I guess that's it. Speed scroll, heal selves, and off we go. Can he prevent the big experience? It's already a little harder. It's not 2 separate creep camps, but Lin pulled them together. He's coming. Last hit. Can't go to him, but maybe the small ones. Item, claws of attack.
Didn't use the speed scroll. If he had, maybe he could have gotten it. But Colorful very well aware of the timing.
Yes.
Knows the Blade Master is going to be showing up any moment.
Wants to prevent these kills on the Moonwells. Needs them to produce army. But he's already building 2. So good addition as well. Making sure that the Blade Master can't really do too much. But there is no Entangle to prevent these hits. So 1 Moonwell is going down. The Blade Master is free to leave.
He's looking with the Grunt for APs. Not bringing it across the map. Kind of surprised about that. If the Grunt was in the south, he could be pressuring much more. Because of course there is no Entangle. Not for quite some time. These last hits here are huge. These experience points, crucial.
It's already such a win for Lin. When do you ever see a post 3-minute level 2 on Amazonia? That's just not happening.
It was a brilliant opening. Once again, brilliant opening build by Lin as so often. The next last hit goes to Colorful. That was the little guy, the level 1 creep. It's more about the rogues. Level 3 creeps here.
We said
keeps
Lin
checking for APs. He's not bringing in the grunts.
Yep, true. We haven't seen a single AP this series. Would probably change if Lin makes it to the grand finals facing Moon. Moon loves them. Colorful rarely plays them. There's a dust now. Blade Master moves away, can probably creep himself up a little bit because that's what he sacrificed. 0 experience for Lin's hero, but it's also not as key, not much of a backbone as it is for Colorful, and just creep the Merc camp.
Oh, wow. And he's gonna go for the double trolls, and now he's gonna have the spell, so even if the Keeper gets level 2, he's gonna have an answer.
Wow.
Item here, Robe, great for the Shadow. Dude, that is a sick build by Lin.
Okay, I guess I know what Lin did last night. Tinkering with Orc on Amazonia. Now it's a 4-minute 20 level 2.
Oh, is he gonna have the perfect timing after? No.
Whoa, he's very hurt though.
Oh, he was close by. He was close by.
Of course, if this is becoming more normal, the Night of Play is completely different around this. But Colorful had no idea what's coming for him, and so far everything that Lin does is working. No Windwalk currently. Can he still get some last hits here? Reveal used, Entangle can be used against him now, so it's really tough to do, but it's again time. It's the essence of Lin's early game.
Really early expansion, but the Orc army is coming in, and Colorful might not be expecting this dispel. Needs to be good positioning. Oh, the Orc Golem still lives! Wait a minute!
What's happening? Colorful all of a sudden in trouble. His entire tournament run is on the line here. The Rock Golem. Lin and the Rock Golems. Remember how he invented that trick on Twisted Meadows? And now he's helping him out. At least for a little bit. Again, levels. But it is now a level 3. Wand of Mana Stealing. Not too shabby. And Lin is abandoning this attack. Colorful lives.
Didn't commit the units. Couldn't he have done that, I wonder? If he goes into that fight, these hunters are going to take a lot of damage, but he wanted to have them safely surviving to creep up with the Shadow Hunter here and get that level 2 quickly. Alchemist comes in, but the Keeper's level 3 and has full mana.
The feeling of a WGL Semifinal Game 5, especially when it's so unusual from every other Orc Night Elf game we usually see. Lightning Shield not applied by the Shadow Hunter. Okay. Blade Master has no mana for Windwalk currently, but
Speed Scroll?
now he does. Wonder if there's Sentinels. There's no dust. There is.
Pretty big mistake by Colorful. That should have been an easy surround and kill. Lin getting away with a black eye.
Well, he used a couple of cells, probably a little glitchy there. Not too easy to surround anymore. Now some damage on the Keeper, who is already level 3, and that's where he shines. Shadow Hunter has Heal Wave unlocked, and very, very good items for him. This is +8 intelligence, baby. That's a lot of Serpent Wards, a lot of Heal Waves.
Yeah, he's full mana. Is he just gonna push right now? The Expo hasn't paid off yet.
He has the Mercs. 2 claws on Colorful, not bad. One of the Wand of Mana Stealing already used. We're approaching 1 hour 30 for this best of 5.
Blasted goes to the Night Elf. That's level 2 Alchemist. Big level up right there. Blade still far away from level 2 himself.
Hunter still very competitive. No Serpent Wards level 2 yet. We do have a couple of purges. 2, 3. That's about it. A little bit of healing as well. Who gets the Taskmaster? Acid Bomb. Trying to drive him away. Trying to not make the same mistake again. And under-level that Alchemist. And he got it. Third claw.
Indeed. It's also very hard on this map to counter-expand. You can always easily get attacked by the Night Elf. So many things that are tough for Orc on this map.
Okay, Lin. You have to break.
Thinking back to that natural creep, I gotta say, if he had committed with his whole army, couldn't that have looked different? But that time is now over. What Lin needs now is level 3 Shadow. If he creeps the green into the Merchant, that might be doable. Colorful on the left-hand side of the map. Trying to creep up the Alchemist. Peel scrolls, of course, as always, will be huge.
Okay, there's 3 camps doable. Merchant, Trolls, and the remainers of the Mer camp. Not the greatest item drops. Lin is going for the expansion. Keeper is responding to that already. Just assuming this is happening. Shuts him down with Entangle in a bit. Late Master has no staff. Gotta be a little careful, but he's also very tanky with all the armor, so this shouldn't do too much to him. Can he pounce on this natural creep? He's coming, and still no staff. Blade Master is not part of this fight. Keeper is closing in. Colorful, is this your creep jack for the grand final already?
Speed scroll to reposition. Scroll the beast as well. Lin doing everything to have a decent fight here. Blade Master still missing for a moment. Now coming in. Heal Spray doing its best, but the Shadow with level 3, I guess, is stronger. Huntress is chasing in the back for the kill. They're gonna get the Berserker. Also, Wand of Mana Steel coming in. The Berserker surviving for a long time. It will finally die, but it's gonna take some effort. Alchemist level 3. Big level up for him. Level up also for the Blade Master supply-wise. We're still pretty even. Keeper dropping low. Purge could perhaps force a TP over here, but he is gonna get out of there.
Huge
Hard to tell who this trade is better for.
Huge commitment by Colorful to dive so deep. Not too sure. He has, of course, 2 bases. He can replace them easy. And the heal spray is worth $1,000,000 gold right now. Blade Master's trying his very, very best to put some damage in. Colorful is moving out of Serpent Ward range. And now the mana is gone for the Shadow Hunter. There were some clutch heal waves, but now they're missing. There's another Entangle. Gotta be careful with this first hero. You need the damage.
The Shadow Priest currently not part of this army. The Entangles can still be dangerous. Speed scroll again, this time to get over to the shop. One more grunt is gonna go down, unless there's a Dispel. Yes, using the Abolish, nicely done. But actually 2 more grunts will fall. Shadow Hunter going for the mana potion. Drops the mana items on the ground, getting more efficiency that way. Supply-wise now, Colorful heavily in the lead.
Needs more Serpent Wards to stop the Huntress. Colorful is fighting into Serpent Wards too with all the Huntress. Aiming for the Keeper now. Left alone. Ultimate can't step him out. There's a TP for him if he ever needs it, but Colorful is bloodthirsty. Once more kill. Saves the Shadow Priest in the last second. Lin lives, survives this creep jack, and is expanding or towering up. Expanding. 1/3. This does take a lot more time. Colorful, you're getting closer to the biggest win of your career.
Yeah, he could move north right now and get that cancelled. Did he see the Great Hall coming up, though? I'm not sure. Well, he's going to check it with the Keeper.
He goes for it.
He's gonna get
Okay, Lin, you are on the downward spiral, my friend. Creep jack into long fight, into Expo cancel. What's left in the tank, my man?
Trying to run over there to get the save, but I don't think it's going to be in time.
No.
Intercept the Huntresses in the middle, though.
Everything's so bruised still. Blade Master bruised, Grunts bruised, mana on the Shaman kind of low. And he's going for the fight. Serpent Wards have to carry. Blade Master close to 3, has a heal scroll and a bit of heal wave, but mana is an issue as well. 2 Grunts already down. Alchemist mana also not the greatest anymore. Heal scroll committed. Keeper's back.
We're going to have a lot more treants now to be thrown in here as well. Archer from the back doing good damage. Lightning Shield finally coming in on the Blade Master, but the Blade is dropping low. Doesn't have Invo Potion, has to run away. Invisibly still detected with the Sentinels. He still has the True Sight over here. And Lin is gonna have to fall back, losing more units on the return, on the retreat. One more grunt goes down, and Colorful now with a huge lead.
Okay, Lin, tournament life on the line with 15 supply down. Colorful is pushing, but not to this natural anymore. Shut down this expansion, won the fight, huge lead, good levels. It's just about the knockout punch, but he's not pushing it forward, not pushing the issue, not getting too greedy. He plays this like a veteran, carrying the hope of China on his back. After 1-2-0 drops in the group stage, 15 Sway dropping today earlier. It's all up to him to keep the title in the mainland.
And Colorful is so prepared. He's got Moonwells and AP at the expo,
yeah.
even a shop. He knows this all-in was coming. And Lin with a monumental task here. Can he do it somehow? Close to 2 level ups. Gonna find some kills early. Mass, Lightning Shield. Some Whisper required here.
Oh, and healing is required on the Blade Master as well. Double level up, 3 and 4, not too bad. But Lin is down to 40. He needs a million crits. Grunts are falling left, right, and center. The Shaman can be approached soon. Also, 3 Hunters about to drop. That's 9 supply right there. More experience. Shadow Hunter still at 50%. Plus the Mana Potion. Blade! Clutch Shield Wave for a second. Uses the illusion to stay alive for a little bit. But he figures out the right one, so forced into a Windwalk again. This AP is still in range. The Shaman can't push forward anymore. What's left?
Not much here for Lin as it seems. Heals up in the back, trying to heal up, but the Grunt frontline entirely gone. Only a couple of Shaman left now. Colorful pushing forward, pushing for the grand final. Huntresses, some are going down, yes. There's one way for Lin still to win this, which is with double level 5 heroes, I guess. He's trying to get the kills, trying to get the experience.
Focuses so much. Archers on the receiving hand here. Great heal spray in the Blade Master. Can he be saved? Can Lin's life be saved? Another third clutch heal wave to keep him in the tournament. But is it just a matter of how long? Keeper still has mana. Everyone else run dry. But Lin is getting a magnificent amount of kills, if we're honest.
Keeping this game pretty even so far, but of course Colorful mining off of 2 bases this whole time. Still got clarity, still got mana potions. Lin feeling forced to keep on pressuring, gets out of the entangle with the mirror image, but the blade is gonna go down this time, and that is GG. Lin's road ends here, and Colorful makes it to the grand final for the very first time.
Amazonia still belongs to the Night Elves. We have a Night Elf Mirror Grand Final. It is the rematch of DreamHack Summer, and next it is Moon versus Colorful. What a moment for him crowning this almost perfect tournament. And I raised the question earlier, was it just the easy grid that he got into the top 4? Hells no. Taking CH off of Lin was the key to this success. Not crumbling after losing Northern Isle, stepping it up. And I wonder if Lin regrets the Farseer on Tidehunters now.
Man, he kept that so even for so long. He found the Creepjack at the natural. The Keeper wasn't level 3 there yet. I really think maybe he should have gone in there, but maybe was afraid that the Hunts were just gonna run down the Shadow Priest, and then suddenly everything else dies. It's a hard call to make. But man, he definitely came in with a game plan here. Had Colorful's number for a lot of this series, but Colorful the winner here in the end, in the grand final. China against Korea, once again.
Finally, Colorful lifts his WGL curse. How often did he make it to WGL? How often was he disappointing? Eliminated last place group stage when we all saw the potential in him, but never the results. He grew so much as a player in the past half year, maybe even past 3 quarters, I guess. It's no coincidence that he's here. It happened before. It happened, as I said, in next spring Grand Final, DreamHack Summer Grand Final. He is an established player. He is, at the moment, above 1-2-0. China's star. And it's only the 9th player ever in a WGL Grand Final. Following the footsteps of an Infi, of a TH, of course Foggy as well, of a Fly, of a Lin himself, who again, not showing the greatest plays at WGL. He got better and better and better the longer the tournament lasted. Maybe an off day would have been amazing for him, but he just can't reach the grand final anymore. It was one of the best performances in a while for Lin, but yeah, this final seems a little further away for him. But time to celebrate as we have new blood in the WGL Grand Final.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Colorful, it's going to be up to him to prove that he belongs here. Is he going to keep his cool? Is he going to keep his nerve? He has been in Grand Finals before, but not in this big of a tournament. Not with this much prestige on the line and with this much pressure on him. Moon is very experienced in this. He's been here plenty of times before. For Colorful, this is going to be a first, having a chance for the big championship. And I'm excited to see what both of them are going to bring to the table.
But we all know that Moon also does get nervous still. The past 3 Tier 1 Grand Finals, he all lost them. Can he do it again? Can he become a 2-time WGL champion, or will Colorful be the second Night Elf champion ever? It's just so cool to see when hard work is paying off. It was clear to see that when Fortitude couldn't bring the performance anymore for LP, and focus wasn't up there either, he stepped up. He became the mature player, became more consistent. And consistency is such a rare tool in the Warcraft scene. He's showing it since the beginning of the Reforged era, and he crowns it here 1.5 years later. Vision Strikers Moon versus Lao Pao Club's Colorful is the Grand Final.
I thought perhaps that we're going to leave Colorful alone here to give him a bit of time before the Grand Final, but apparently we are going to get an interview with him as well. Wanting to hear from him about that game and also about this big day, this huge day for him as a Warcraft player. Biggest moment of his career, right?
Absolutely. By far, this is $11,000 for him. He had great success with teams, as we said, the Gold League win with LP 1.5 years ago was amazing, but that was mostly due to Fortitude, if we're honest. We have great supporters coming in here as well. Sanoland with 500 bits, the Town Thing as well, Mars Punisher, Krato, Darkwing Duck, Paperson, Crash Sky, all great people. And one of the greatest people that we got here is of course Wong, who will be translating for us once again. This is what it's all about. The Staff of Medivh and $24,000. Wonder if he shows joy now. When he made it to the DreamHack Grand Final, he was like, okay, it's nice. They had a pretty good chemistry yesterday after the semifinals, so will we get a laugh off of him again? Wearing a shirt that says caution, maybe a statement for Moon?
Yeah, he better be careful, dude. This Colorful is showing up to play, and this is one of the best patches ever for Demon Hunter Bears. And Colorful is perhaps the best Demon Bears player in the world in Night of Mirror. So yeah, Moon, gotta be careful for sure.
Hey Colorful, congratulations! Hello. So, what went through your head on the last map, in that last fight, in the decisive moments of that series?
之前打一个虎牙的比赛的决赛的时间也是被木5-0了，我希望一会儿木手下留情吧，不要把我打得太惨。
待会儿是一个 BO5的大战，也是希望你能够咬咬牙
I knew I was winning. If I hold this push at my expansion, I win this. So, nothing special, I guess. So, what's your thought about the finals coming up against Moon?
好的，那么在今天的4强赛结束过后，让我们再次恭喜 Moon 以及 Colorful 成功晋级到本次2021
In the Huya tournament, I got destroyed by Moon. So it's gonna be 5-0. A little bit of an understatement, of course. Respect to the legend also saying, I hope Moon is not too brutal to me. I think this is clearly understatement. Colorful in the DreamHack already. This was an amazing grand final. Going all the way 3-2. In Huya, yeah, that was 5-0 in map score, but DreamHack was a whole different beast. We have a little bit of a more excessive break to give Colorful the break that he needs to rest, to think about this match. Guess that's fair as well. So the grand final starts in half an hour. If you guys need some food, if you need to restock on drinks or whatever you guys need, it is time now to do that. Also to participate in our giveaway or check out the about section, right? This is the perfect time for that now. We have a giveaway. It is powered by CORSAIR and you can reach it with !giveaway in the chat. Relatively easy. It's powered by Gleam. All you have to do for that is to enter that competition, is to fill out a couple of tasks. That is, for example, follow us on Twitch, spread the word about what we do here, follow us on our socials, give CORSAIR a visit, and then you get you're part of that lottery. Already 3,000 entries. We leave this running as it is the WGL Summer giveaway, not only until Grand Final, but we give you tomorrow as well. But do it now, man. Do it now, then it's out of the way. You can win a CORSAIR K95 Platinum XT mechanical keys keyboard and 5 Warcraft 3 Reforged keys. It's the best time to start playing now, as the War 3 Champions ladder just got reset. And once you did participate in this giveaway, where you can also use your channel points, by the way, head over to the about section of this stream if you like what we do. We've been busting our ass here for the past 6 days, bringing you the best WGL games and one of the best WGL seasons ever, every single day. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok to stay up to date with what we produce. And if you feel really keen, then throw us a little donation, throw us a tip via PayPal with cryptocurrency. You can use the Amazon ref link we have merchandise up, and of course a Patreon where you get a couple of rewards for your contributions as well. One of the greatest supporters that we have on this channel is Juan85, coming in with the $100 donation. Love the newcomers, but rooting for Moon and Lin. Only thing better than that would be to see Grubby versus Todd. Who do you guys think we have in the finals? Well, that was a little earlier, so it's concluded now. We have that. It is going to be Moon versus Colorful for $25,000. And we see you guys after a little break.